Welcome to Watch Minded, the channel where we don't just look at watches, we build them. In today's episode, we'll build a special watch. We'll build it around the dial. It immediately caught my attention because of its deep, non-ordinary texture. I want to wrap it in a rose gold case and turn it into a modern, quiet luxury watch. I'll walk you through the watch parts you need to build your own watch, the full assembly process, and the small details that really matter. We'll check the Lume, try a few different straps, and calculate the total build budget. All the watch parts are from AliExpress, which makes this DIY build very affordable. You'll find links to all the parts and tools in the description below. And here is a closer look at the main hero, the dial. Just look at this texture. It immediately reminds me of ice dunes, those wind-shaped formations you can find in the far north, where snow and ice are slowly carved over time. They look soft and calm, but at the same time, very deep and complex. This dial has the same feeling. It's not flat, it's not perfectly uniform. The surface plays with light, and every angle looks a little different. And then there are these hour markers. Warm, rose gold accents sitting on this cold, icy background. This contrast is exactly what makes the dial special. I tried to find a similar texture in ready-made watches, but I couldn't find an exact match. The closest examples are wave-like or ocean floor textures, like you see on the Nato Ocean Star series, or sand dune-inspired dials, like the Christopher Ward C65 Dune. Of course, Grand Seiko is known for rich textured dials, but even there, this one feels different. If you know a watch with a dial similar to this, let me know in the comments. I wanted this watch to feel less classic, less black tie, and more sporty. That's why I chose this case. It combines both brushed and polished surfaces, which adds depth to the case and really helps balance the overall look. The brushed surfaces keep the rose gold from looking flashy and give the watch that modern, sporty confidence. If you want something more classic and more formal, you can go for a fully polished case, like the one on the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. That kind of finish instantly turns the watch into a more jewelry-like timepiece. In our case, the polished surfaces work as accents. They catch the light only when the watch moves, adding just enough sparkle to make it feel festive and special. Now let's check the case sizing. The case diameter is 38 millimeters. Lug to lug is 45 millimeters. And the thickness is 12.8 millimeters. By the way, I used a very similar case in my most expensive Seiko mod. The price difference between the two cases is more than 2 times, yet they look almost identical. If you're curious about that build, I'll leave a link in the description. Now, let's talk about the hands. They play a very important role in this build. I chose slightly bolder hands. With a dial that has this much texture, thinner hands could easily get lost or start to feel more decorative than functional. Because they're a bit stronger, your eye always knows where to look first. The boldness also helps balance the case. If the hands were slimmer, the case might start to dominate. Instead, the hands visually should stand up to the case and keep everything in proportion. For the movement, the choice was clear, the Seiko NH35. It's an automatic movement with date, a power reserve of around 41 hours, hacking, and hand winding. The stated accuracy is -20 to +40 seconds per day, which is exactly what you expect from a reliable, everyday automatic movement. By the way, the watch I'm wearing today is completely different from the one we're building today. It's a skeleton watch with a titanium case, inspired by the Stranger Things series. It has a strong character, and it feels very intentional. Even though it's very different, it's still one of my favorite watches to wear. If you want to take a closer look, I'll leave a link right here and in the description below. And now, let's build. I'll go through the steps quickly here. If you want a detailed breakdown, check out my step-by-step guide to building your own DIY watch, linked in the description. We start with the dial. On the back of every dial, you'll find small metal pegs, called dial feet. Most movements have 2 mounting holes, but many dial manufacturers add extra feet so the same dial can fit different movements. In those cases, you need to cut off the extras. This dial has 4 feet, so we need to remove 2. I carefully clipped the extra feet, filed the remaining surface smooth, and cleaned everything off camera to keep metal dust away from the movement. Now, I align the remaining feet with the holes in the movement, place the dial on top, and make sure it sits perfectly flat. Even the smallest gap can cause problems, like the hands catching on the hour markers. Next, we find the midnight position. I rotate the crown until the date changes. That's our reference point for midnight. With that set, we can install the hands so they line up exactly at 12. Our hand goes first. Now, the minute hand. And finally, the seconds hand. I place each hand using tweezers and press it down gently with a plastic hand press tool. Everything went smoothly. Once all the hands are installed, I double check that they rotate freely and don't touch each other. Next, it's time to case the movement. To remove the crown, I press the release lever while the movement is running. The lever is only visible when the watch is ticking. I unscrew the case back. Place the movement into the case. Align it properly, and insert the supplied stem. In most cases, the stem will be slightly too long, so it needs to be trimmed to size. Before closing everything up, I lubricate the caseback gasket to help maintain water resistance. And finally, I screw the case back down. And here's the final result. Now let's choose a strap for it. I have several options here, including a beige Nato strap, and I was really curious to see how it would work with this watch. But first, let's try the tweed style strap. It has a quick release system, which I really like. It looks surprisingly good. The warm, earthy tones of the tweed echo the rose gold case very nicely. And the texture of the strap really talks to the texture of the dial. That's the key here. It feels intentional, not random. With this strap, the watch looks less sports luxury and more smart casual, more lifestyle focused. Next, the brown leather strap. It pulls the rose gold in a more classic direction, but without making the watch feel formal or old-fashioned. With this strap, the watch becomes more elegant and confident. The dial is still the star, and the strap simply highlights it. And now, the most experimental option, the beige Nato strap. My curiosity was unbeatable here. I just wanted to see how rose gold would look on a Nato, and you can clearly see that it pushes the watch out of its comfort zone. It works better than I expected, but it still doesn't fully match. A functional, tool-like Nato strap doesn't really fit a refined, almost elegant rose gold case. Still, it was an experiment worth trying. Now, the black leather strap. This one also has a quick release system, which makes it very easy to install. Black leather instantly makes the watch look cleaner and more versatile. It creates the strongest contrast with the icy dial, which really makes the texture stand out. At the same time, it feels very familiar, almost expected. And finally, the blue rubber strap. Honestly, this one feels more modern than I expected. The cool blue tone reinforces the icy character of the dial really well. It pulls the watch slightly away from classic and closer to modern, everyday sports luxury. The matte texture keeps everything relaxed and very wearable. For now, I'll keep the black leather strap on the watch, but the brown leather, tweed-style strap, and blue nylon all work really well, and I'll definitely switch between them depending on the occasion. Let's move to the quick Lume check. The Lume is clean, even, and very usable in low light. The hands stand out clearly, and the hour markers are easy to read. It matches the character of the watch, practical, calm, and quietly confident, even in the dark. As usually, I send a picture of the watch to ChatGPT and asked his opinion about it. Mr. GPT, please tell me what you think about this watch. And this is what I get.
It's a modern sports luxury watch with a calm, confident character. It reveals its details slowly, the more time you spend with it. This feels like a watch for someone who values progress and recognition. Not necessarily something you wear every single day without thinking, but something you put on when you want to mark a moment. It works beautifully for events and dinners, evenings out, weekends, or special days that matter to you. Dressed enough to feel special, but still relaxed and modern.
Let's break down the budget. As always, you'll find links to all the parts and tools in the description below. Case, $38. Dial and hands, $21. Movement, Seiko NH35, $56. Black leather strap, $3. That brings the total cost to just $118. Thank you for watching Watch Minded. Hit the like button and subscribe for more builds. I'll see you in the next one.